All right, folks, here we are getting ready to go use our binoculars. How do we actually use them, get them focused right, and then find, like I said in my previous video, how do I find a target in the video quickly? First thing you want to do is, attach any sort of strap system, and I should have taken a minute to untangle this one. Oh, there it goes. Um, this is what's referred to as a binocular harness, and they go by various names, Bino Buddies and Bino E's, and all these different names. And this one's made, by Crooked Horn Bino System, made in USA. I got these ones at the, well, not these ones. I got some at the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation headquarters. They print their logo on them, so you can find all kinds of them available. I really like these. You want to, if you're serious about your binoculars, you want to avoid the simple neck strap. Now, most of the binoculars come, when you purchase them, with a neck strap. You just throw it over your, around your neck, and they hang there on your neck. And you go, that's not bad, that's comfortable. 9 hours later, you're gonna be finding that your head is leaning forward, your neck is sore, etc. So hanging something on your neck for long periods does create fatigue. The Bino Buddy system, or the Bino harnesses, these are designed to go, you split the X there and you loop your arms through, put this up and over your head, and then now you're bearing that weight. As you can see, it's cross strapped in the middle of the back, and it's more suspender like, and this will just virtually eliminate binocular fatigue. The other cool thing about these is when you bend over, you notice that they don't swing like a pendulum. They will slide down a little bit, but they're really under good control. And with that neck strap, if you're bending over, ducking under brush and things, they're swinging around. And then people put them under their arm, crossways, and you can do that, but then it's shorter and harder to use. All right, so I'm an advocate for these right here. Now that you got your binos strapped on, you need to focus them. And there are two focuses on your binoculars. There's this large wheel right here, and this wheel moves both eyepieces will focus up and down. So this is your jointed one that controls both. And then it's usually on the right-hand lens. I've seen some binoculars where it's on the left side. There is, and you can see this one's knurled. This will turn, right, to focus. And what that turning to focus does is it focuses that particular eyepiece only. So the way to use binoculars, or the way to focus binoculars, is put them up to your eye, look at a target that is, more than across the room. So you're gonna need to look out a window or stand at your back door. Find that target not too terribly far away, like, a mile away, even 1,000 yards away. You're gonna wanna find something that's in the, 100 feet to 100 yards is usually best. Although for birding, I like to start out, closer than that, maybe 50 yards or so, 150 feet. Find that object and look at it with your binoculars. Close your right eye if it is this right eyepiece that focuses, and focus your left eye using the main barrel. So you're moving both of these, right? But you're only looking through the left one. Roll that back and forth, bracket, what I call bracketing, which is to go till it's blurry this way, bring it back till it's blurry this way, and then whoop, right there in the middle, sharpest image, okay? Then, once you have that sharpest image, close your left eye, open your right eye, take that focusing eyepiece, and I'm twisting the eye. This also has extendable eye cups, which are great for eyeglass wearers or blocking glare, so make sure you're not doing that. Grab this down here and focus this piece until you get that nice crisp focus in your right eye. Now open your left eye, and everything should be nice and crisp in one image. Remember that your binoculars open and close this way. They pivot for your own personal interpupillary distance. That's the distance between your eyeballs, right? I've had students go, I can't see through the binoculars, both eyes at a time. I have to close one eye. And I say, well, bend that open. Oh, there we go, right? Fit it to your own interpupillary distance. And then they say, well, now I can see through both eyes, but one side's blurry, the other's not. That's because they're not focused for you in your vision. Once you do that, and some of them have little indicators on there, a little plus and minus and a 0 dot, you can kind of note to yourself, oh, that's my setting, so that you can make sure that it's on there. All right, now your binoculars are focused, and you need to get about getting out in the woods and using them. And so, you know, to look at a stationary object, pretty easy thing. You're like, I'm going to look at that bush over there. So you put your binoculars up, and if the bush isn't right there, you know, I see people doing this, right, where they're like, wait, I can't find him. Well, I can't find it in the binoculars. Oh, there it is. Okay. When you're birding or looking at any other animal that's going to be moving, you need to get on that target quickly, and particularly when you're birding in environments with a lot of thick vegetation. Birds are furtive, so wetlands, where we're looking at, you know, marsh wrens and common yellowthroats and rails and things that appear for brief moments and then are gone. You want to be able to grab those binoculars, put them to your eyes, and the bird or whatever it is right there. And here's how you do that. Look at the object and do not look away from it. So you look straight at the object and bring the binoculars to your eyes. Don't ever look down at your binoculars, put your eyes in it, and then go looking for things. That's not going to work for you. So that's the number one thing. Look straight at the object, bring the binoculars to your eyes. The second thing is practice. Lots and lots of practice. And after a while, it becomes second nature. You know, it's like, how on earth can we sip a cup of coffee in the morning without looking at the cup? Well, you know, your hand is used to what the cup feels like, and it knows where, and that's that muscle memory, right? Musicians talk about that, you know, guitar players, I'm a guitar player, ask me to do something slowly, and it's like, I can't do it, I have to think about it. And if you just close your eyes and do it, your fingers do it, right? And that's the way it's become for me with binoculars. You see something and you snap your hands up, and it's instantly right there in the middle, always. All right, so that's how you're going to use your binoculars in the field. I said I'd mention spotting scopes a little bit, so let's just take a quick look at spotting scopes. They are often now zooms, and this particular one right here is a zoom binocular, and you can see that, or excuse me, spotting scope, and it's 16 by 20. Will it focus there? There we go. 16 power by 20, and then I can turn it all the way up to 48 power. This will give you the opportunity to bring things in much closer and things that are very far away compared to your binoculars. So we use spotting scopes a lot when we're in open wetland environments, birding far away. And I carry them in forested environments too, because, you know, I'll give you an example. Years ago in the birds class, we were at Wizard Falls Fish Hatchery, and someone spotted something way off in the distance sitting on a snag. What's that? And we put our binoculars up, and it was the outline of a raptor, right? Some sort of bird of prey, all we could tell. By putting the spotting scope on it at a distance of close to a mile, we were able to determine that it was an adult goshawk, which was really cool because we don't get to see a lot of goshawks. They're not super common. And that's the only adult male or adult goshawk that we've ever seen in class. And had we not had spotting scopes, we wouldn't have been able to have that experience. So if you're going to buy a spotting scope, you know, do the same things. They don't have two barrels, so they're a little less expensive to make, and you can actually get a pretty good spotting scope for $100 or so. You also need a tripod. You can't use a spotting scope without a tripod, and some people say, well, I got a spotting scope and it's mounted on a rifle stock. That doesn't help a whole lot either, especially for small birds at distance. But definitely you need a tripod, so there's an added expense there. And what's cool is most tripods now come with a removable head, so you can see this scope has the head attached to the scope itself, and so I just drop it in, and there's a quick fit on the tripod here, and now my scope is attached to the tripod, and so that's good for putting in and out of the vehicle. Got a focusing knob right here. And so anyway, spotting scopes are used in much the same fashion. They are a lot more difficult to acquire targets with spotting scopes. So that takes a little practice of sighting down the top of the spotting scope. If it's a zoom spotting scope, start at the lowest power. And as I said, on this one, it's a 16 power. So we turn them all the way down to 16, find the bird in the spotting scope, lock the head controls in place, and then zoom in on the power if you need to get good identification. All right, so that's a little bit about how to use your optics. I want you guys out there using them. Remember, 3 hours a week, and that's, I'm going to be really flexible with that. Cumulative over the term. Some of you have indicated already that you have binoculars. Remember, as you do assignment number 1, to indicate whether you need school binoculars or not. And I'm going to arrange a drop next week, Monday. I'm going to try and have folks come up Monday. And if that doesn't work for you, let me know. All right? So ask me questions if you got them about binoculars, and get out there and find some birds. All right.